What is the most important thought in your mind this morning?
That we were all right. We were all right. We told y'all, Carson Wentz wasn't that dang good. And the Philadelphia Eagles found out about that. You know how they found out? They went to an auction, and there was only one participant that was in the Carson Wentz auction, and that was the Indianapolis Colts. Now, with that said, if you're Carson Wentz, that's the bad news. But if you're Carson Wentz, the good news is you go to the place that you want to go. You have a good defense, you have a good running game, you have an excellent offensive line, and you have some young skill players on the outside. This is his time to show and prove. If Carson Wentz can't win here, if Carson Wentz can't be great here, he can't be great anywhere. And Frank Reich is betting that he can be great.
Yes, I agree with that completely. And so, Ninka, we come to you. Do you feel like it is Super Bowl or bust for the Colts this year now that they've got their quarterback in place?
Yeah, of course, because when the head coach stands on the table for a quarterback to come in, that's not cheap. I mean, you look at the contract of Wentz, it's not a cheap contract. So you would think that Frank Reich's future basically as the head coach is going to hinge on the success of what Wentz can do. Can he get back to that 2017 form that we all saw? I mean, you look at the last couple of years, having the injury after the ACL, he seemed to never really be that guy that was mobile out of the pocket, running for first downs. And then he had the back injury. So he has dealt with injuries. So now he goes to the Colts with, the supposedly a better offensive line, but actually in pass protection, the Colts were 11th overall. And actually the Colts were 12th and the Eagles were 11th. So he's going to a place where the pass protection is going to be similar. So it's going to come down to the head coach to see if he can maximize his potential.
Okay, so we will be talking about this all morning with this collection. But I would like to now bring in a very special guest. If you watch this show, you know that when we think of Carson Wentz, we think of Dan Orlovsky, who is taking time away from his family vacation at Disney World. As we speak, his kids are at Epcot riding Soarin', but Dan decided to come spend a few minutes with us to talk about this. So we appreciate this much. Danny, everyone, look, you've talked about him a million times on the show. It has finally happened. What is the number one overriding thought in your mind?
That Carson Wentz will play MVP type of football again in Indianapolis. I look at the Colts as definitely a Super Bowl contender next year. I don't think they have to win it next year. He's under contract for the next 4 years, but they're one of the top 4 teams in the AFC with Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cleveland now. And the reality for Carson Wentz is because everyone talks about the confidence, right? What's the confidence with Frank Reich? You guys know this, RC, Ninko, you guys know this. Like, confidence gets instilled in you from coaches, right? And then, you just have to accept that. Then you start to believe it yourself, and it's like that everyday repetition. And we often talk fit in the NFL, Greeny, and we just look at it for the scheme. We have to understand that fit often starts with people and the people that you're going to be fitting in with. Now that he's in Indy with Press Taylor and with Frank Reich, I think we're going to look at a 2017 version of Carson Wentz again. And that's the thing that I would say about the football team of the Colts in 2021, they're going to look a lot like that 2017 Eagles team did. Top 5 offensive line and run game. They don't have a superstar on the outside. They just got 5 really good pieces and a top 10 defense. The Colts are going to be a big problem next year, and Carson Wentz, mark my words, will play really good football.
I just heard a sigh.
Man, you see?
Go ahead, RC.
You see, that's what happened. Dan been down there riding the Tower of Terror. He been on the rockin' roller coasters. He been eating the Rice Krispie treats with the colored ears, and he's just all fluffy in Disney World now. But that's not how it works. He doesn't. And the great part is he actually doesn't have to play MVP caliber football. See, what you hope if you're the Indianapolis Colts, which they've hoped since Andrew Luck had left this team and retired, was, you know what? We just need a quarterback to do the right thing.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.